It's no longer the Soviet Union, it's Russia. So it's maybe it's about money in the end, that they have to keep this thing going, and they need an enemy, and they have to build up this enemy with China, Russia, Iran, Venezuela, Cuba. It doesn't end. I mean, Syria. There's all kinds of false flags have been planted for years now, and it's getting stupider and stupider, and it gets really, as you say, it's very scary right now, Ukraine. I've been following that situation since 2014, and it's scary beyond belief because it's so irrational what we're doing. For example, we've been saying that Russia is going to invade Ukraine for about 3 months now, building it up in the media like it's like a build-up, a campaign for an advertising, ignoring completely the Ukrainian on-the-ground situation, which is that the Ukrainian army is on the border of a autonomous, what would like to be an autonomous republic inside Ukraine. These people are Russian people. They're born, they speak the Russian language. Their loyalty is to Russia, and it's been that way forever since World War II. They were robbed of their democracy when the American protests at Maidan Square happened. You know what happened. The Americans came in, supported the bill, put $5 billion into Ukraine, and created this demonstration, this monstrosity with a lot of false information that the president of Ukraine was a thief and a bum, and he agreed to go to early elections, and it was ignored in the media. And now here we are in a situation where we replaced him on a coup d'etat, and we put a guy in who had no standing in the eastern part of Ukraine. They didn't want him. So it wasn't a democracy anymore. It turned out they'd been elected. The original guy had been elected. Now they have a counterfeit leader. They don't believe in him. But no one tells you that they were killed. A lot of people were murdered when that coup happened. They were burned to death in Odessa. Yeah. They burned and who burned them? A lot of them were neo-Nazis. We find that out. We find that a large portion of the military situation of the Ukrainian army is fascist.
It's insane when you look at the imperial arrogance of the United States to look at a country bordering with Russia and say we need to do something about that.
Because we control the narrative.
It's unbelievable. You know, there's this deep-seated distrust in our institutions, obviously. This has originated, I think, and proliferated, obviously, since the JFK assassination.
You mentioned one thing very important. I just want to mention the Northwoods operation. Yeah. Remember, that was a plan to destabilize Cuba, to invade Cuba also, concocted by the Pentagon. It involved things like blowing up buildings in the United States, killing people.
Killing
Americans. Running an airplane into a building. Running an airplane into a building goes back pre-2001.
And like you said, even though it was shot down, this is the first step to making things come true. When you write things down, it doesn't seem so ridiculous. When you're making a policy prescription, all of a sudden it becomes feasible.
Kennedy looked at the plan and laughed. He said, we consider ourselves the human race. They're very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
How do we deal with covert